Good evening. It's Wednesday, May 26, 2021 here in Cebu City. I'm Cherry Ann Lim and this is SunStar Tonight. The Cebu City Emergency Operations Center supports Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia on her swabbing policy for OFWs and returning overseas Filipinos arriving at the Mactan Cebu International Airport. This comes as the governor revealed yesterday that 2 national officials plan to file a case against her for allegedly defying IATF protocol. Chari Coronel reports.
Cebu City Councilor Joel Garganera has expressed support on the position of Cebu Governor Gwendolyn Garcia on the swabbing policy for overseas Filipino workers and returning non-OFWs arriving in Cebu. Garganera, who is also the Deputy Chief Implementer of the city's Emergency Operations Center, said what the governor is implementing in Cebu is not only practical but also medically compliant. The city councilor said that the negative test result upon arrival should be enough for the OFWs and ROFs to travel to their respective local government units. He also believed that most of the arriving passengers have already received their complete doses of COVID-19 vaccine. In a press conference yesterday, the governor announced that 2 national officials plan to file a case against her for allegedly defying the whole-of-nation approach of the Interagency Task Force. Based on Resolution 114 of the IATF issued last May 6, all arriving passengers will be required to go on a 14-day quarantine upon arrival and undergo a swab test only on the 7th day from the date of arrival. In Cebu, Garcia's directive is that all Cebuano OFWs and ROFs arriving at Mactan Cebu International Airport will undergo double swabbing, while transit passengers will be swabbed before proceeding to their final destination. With double swabbing, Cebuano OFWs and ROFs are swabbed upon arrival at the airport. If they test negative, they can go home where they will be monitored and swabbed again on the 7th day. Garcia said she was informed that Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque Jr. and Justice Secretary Minardo Guevara were considering to take legal action against her. The governor believed that her executive order is innovative and not a violation of IATF directives. Representatives of the Health Department from other provinces in Central Visayas, including Bohol, Siquijor, Dumaguete, Negros Oriental, and Cebu Province, visited the Cebu City EOC today to discuss Garcia's policy on swabbing. Chari Coronel, SunStar Tonight.
The Cebu City Health Department says it is running out of the COVID-19 vaccines allocated for the city. This comes as the city plans to start inoculating persons under the priority group A4 or essential workers in June. Kenneth Torres reports.
Cebu City is running out of Pfizer vaccines supply with only 1,700 doses remaining as of May 25. City Health Department Officer in Charge Dr. Jeffrey Ibones said that the Pfizer vaccines will only be until tomorrow, May 27. The city has vaccinated 1,300 individuals today using Pfizer. Ibones said that the Department of Health Central Visayas has no update yet if there will still be additional Pfizer vaccines for Cebu City. As for the AstraZeneca, he said that there are 15,000 doses remaining as of May 25. These vaccines can still last until the first week of June. The vaccination site in University of Cebu Senior High School campus is being used for inoculation using Pfizer. But for the meantime, the city will use it for AstraZeneca vaccine distribution. Around 142,000 individuals have already registered in the city's vaccination program. Of the number, 17,000 are those under the priority group A4 or those frontline personnel in essential sectors including uniformed personnel. Ibones said they will accommodate those workers in Cebu City but are not residents in the city. The city is expected to start the vaccination of these individuals by June. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
The Department of Labor and Employment in Central Visayas has imposed a fine of 100,000 pesos against the owner and contractor of a construction project in Barangay Apa, Cebu City. following an incident over the weekend that claimed the life of one worker. Chari Coronel reports.
The Department of Labor and Employment Central Visayas has imposed a 100,000 peso fine against the Cebu Landmasters Incorporated and PLD Construction Development Incorporated following the construction incident in Barangay Apa, Cebu City last May 22, which resulted in the death of one construction worker and left another one injured. The CLI and PLD Construction Development are the project developer and contractor of the collapsed condominium building. The workers are identified as Romero Maniwan and Abel Bautista. Maniwan died while Bautista was hurt. In a statement, DOLE Regional Director Salome Siaton said that the 100,000 peso fine will be on top of the financial assistance that the developer and contractor willingly offered to the victims and their families. Meanwhile, the PLD Construction said in a statement that it will continue to comply with the policies and requirements of DOLE and the Office of the Building Official, as well as help the affected workers. It also said that it had already settled the 100,000 peso penalty imposed by DOLE. The agency called the respondents to a mandatory conference last Monday after the work stoppage order was served at the project site on the same day. The regional director said CLI and PLD Construction cannot resume with their excavation unless they are able to submit to the DOLE the comprehensive excavation plan, job hazard analysis, and signature for the soil protection design. To recall, the workers were trying to finish tying the rebars that served as the footing of the Tower 4 building at the construction site when the excavated area suddenly caved in. DOLE reminded all companies to abide by the law and be guided by what are considered prohibited acts and their corresponding penalties. Chari Coronel, SunStar Tonight.
The Cebu provincial government has launched the second leg of the Lakbay Lokal Travel and Trade Fair. This is to help promote local products and tourism destinations in the province. Kenneth Torres reports.
The Cebu provincial government launched the second leg of the Lakbay Lokal Travel and Trade Fair as it continues to promote local products and top tourist destinations in the province. The event is held at SM City Cebu until May 30. In a Cebu News report, Provincial Tourism Officer Marty Ibanez said the one-stop trade fair also targets to help tourism business and delicacy makers who were affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. He added this is also an avenue for new products to be introduced. It is also a one-stop shop for local travelers who are looking for travel packages and deals in the famous tourist spots in the province. Ibanez added that the Lakbay Lokal, which was first launched in Cebu, will also be implemented in other provinces in partnership with the SM Group. Kenneth Torres, SunStar Tonight.
To get the latest, visit www.sunstar.com.ph. Follow us on our YouTube channel and official social media accounts on Twitter and Facebook. I'm Cherry Ann Lim. Thanks for watching SunStar Tonight. See you again tomorrow. Good night.